Okay, so Shedeur Sanders is the 144th player taken. Finally, he gets taken. He is the second quarterback that the Cleveland Browns have taken. They took Dylan Gabriel a little bit earlier, but ultimately, I assume when they made the Dylan Gabriel pick, I sort of assumed that, like, okay, maybe they just didn't like Shedeur, and, you know, for the reasons that it seems like everyone else doesn't like Shedeur. But ultimately, I think at this point, they kind of just said, like, I guess we just got to take a chance on this guy, right? Because, you know, listen, I have a whole film study that is on this channel currently about Shedeur Sanders, and I was someone who wasn't crazy about him. I see the potential in him. I also did not, I thought it would have been a little bit crazy to draft him with a top 5 pick, for example. I'm also shocked he wasn't even, he was a top 5 rounder, right? The 5th round. I mean, he went beyond where Sam Howell went, who just got traded for peanuts in this draft, right? Like, that's how little teams sort of thought about him, I guess. I mean, it's crazy, right? I've made multiple videos on this channel now about Shedeur Sanders and what, why he didn't go in the first round. I made one because I was like, oh, wow, didn't go in the first round. That's a topic of discussion. Was shocked after day 3. Finally, he goes here in round 5. And listen, as tough of a situation as this was for Shedeur, and as big of a blow as this is, okay, this is probably best case scenario once he fell out of day 3 is the Browns. Just because you look at that quarterback room, it feels like he has a chance to climb the rankings and potentially be a starter. I don't know if they're expecting anything from Deshaun Watson. You have Joe Flacco in the mix, and then you have Dylan Gabriel, who, again, the Browns selected over Shedeur Sanders, and, they have to, I feel like him better if they were willing to not take Shedeur Sanders when that situation happens. So you also have Kenny Pickett in the mix as well, as you mentioned him. So, like, I don't know which one of those guys. You can certainly say they're having a mid-off if you want to. I don't know which one of those guys you're looking at and saying this is going to be a for sure starter, but you put them all in training camp. And for Shedeur Sanders, listen, the criticism of Sanders was he was too cocky, too overconfident, right? That was the criticism. Well, here's an opportunity to prove yourself. Again, if he had gotten selected like how Jalen Milroe did, just getting selected as a backup, what's your pathway to getting playing time and starting? It's going to be tough. Here, he will get a decent amount of preseason reps. He will have an opportunity to potentially win the starting job. It is worth mentioning, with Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, and Shedeur, they're not all going to make it to opening day, right? I mean, maybe it'll be a practice squad situation, but there's no guarantee all four of those guys won't be on the roster, right? And a lot of times what you do is you have 2 guys on the roster and then your third quarterback, your emergency quarterback. So he might have to work hard just to get on a roster, but it feels like there is an easier pathway for him to ultimately become a starter this way than there would other ways. But honestly, I mean, what a shock, I feel like. Again, I've talked about to death. I don't have to keep going. But yeah, the Browns end up being the team to select Shedeur Sanders. Those are my thoughts. And honestly, like, sure, if you don't have a quarterback, draft quarterbacks with potential. I think it makes sense. I had a low first-round grade on Shedeur Sanders, which I thought was low. Apparently, I was very high on him. Might as well just take a chance on him here at round 5 when guys are drafting. Soon we'll get into the special teams picks, right? Sure, draft a quarterback who, again, some people thought was quarterback 1 in this class. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Shedeur Sanders to the Browns. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.